Hey team, so about a week or so ago, I did a poll in here asking who had Audible, right? And the reason I did that, and I've left it a little while to see how many people would engage in it and all the rest of it, actually surprised me by how few people had it, and also some people didn't know what it is. And I did it because I wanted to come back to it with this message, right? And to share with you what myself and Lauren do, the difference it's made. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to jump over to a clip of me scrolling through myself and Lauren's Audible catalogue. So the books that we've bought over the years, the audio books. My book library is even bigger than this, but my book library is at home in England. And I'll scroll through and just give you an idea of some of the books that we've read and the subjects that we study, and therefore the difference it makes, right? I've talked about in the past about starting a YouTube channel called Other People's Ideas, because I get a lot of credit for the things I say and the way I say them, and the things I understand and communicate and all the rest of it. And none of it is me. It's all my interpretation and me paying forward stuff I've learned from other people that are much smarter than me, from the books they read, and their YouTube channels and all the rest of it. And it fascinates me that entrepreneurs, people that want more out of life, people that want to succeed in any area of their life, that they don't go and study people that have already done it. Jim Rohn says it best. He said something along the lines of, and I hate misquoting Jim Rohn, but you'll get the idea. Something along the lines of, show me your library and I can guess your future. And the fact that some people, some entrepreneurs, some Herbalife coaches and wannabe president's team don't have a library, aren't building a library, aren't studying subjects that make a difference in a business like ours, like communication and consistency and fear and just network marketing and all the things, procrastination, taking action, being brave, all these things. Books are written on, audios are recorded, that we can just listen to and become better in all those areas. And so it fascinates me when people really want to get ahead, but then they don't have a library to study. And so let's jump over now to our Audible library, and I'll have a scroll through, and maybe you'll just be inspired that you go, wow, maybe I need to do some studying too. Okay, so this is mine and Lauren's Audible account. We have very different tastes and area of interest, right? So there's quite a diverse catalogue here. But listen, I'm just going to scroll through. I might not even get to the end, but to give you an idea, I mean, look. Show me your library and I'll guess your future, right? There's 103 books just in here that both of us or one of us has not just listened to, but studied and listened to again and again and again, and it's made an impact on us, right? By the way, if we get something and it's a load of rubbish, or we don't like it, it doesn't stay in here. So there's probably another 50% that aren't here that we have read. So let me just have a scroll through, right? The one I'm listening to right now is called Awaken Your Power Within by Jerry Hussey. It's like 9.5 hours long. I'm just about to finish my first go through, then I'll listen to it again and take notes. Every single one of these, if it's in here, we would have listened to at least 3 times, okay? Because there's a difference between reading a book and studying a book. So right now I've got 34 minutes left of Awaken Your Power Within. The next one down, how to be an adult in relationships. This was actually advertised to me on Facebook like 30 seconds ago. And I went and looked at it. I listened to like the sample of it. I was like, that's awesome. That's like how to be an adult in relationships, not only like with your other half, but with your kids, with your team, with your customers, with everybody you come across, strangers that you meet in the street. You know, sometimes it's, I don't know, right? I'm not going to do this for every book, right? But Stop the fear from stopping you, right? If fear is holding you back, don't you think it would be a good thing to study? The Science of Getting Rich was recommended to me by the guest speaker at the Australian kickoff event. If there's a science to getting rich, I want to understand that science. Outwitting the Devil, all about the things that hold us back. The 5 a.m. Club, about having a morning routine. Spare, that's one of Lauren's. I'll give Lauren credit. She loves, I want to say gossip, but she loves current affairs and the royal family and all the rest of it. It doesn't creep into a lot of what she studies, but that would be a guilty pleasure for her, that one, right? Little big book of Big Change and Just a Thought, How Our Thoughts Become Things in Our Lives by Amy Johnson. Sales EQ, that'd be a Lauren one. I Know What to Do, so why don't I do it? That's actually a Lauren one, right? And she stopped listening to it because it was, she told me the other night, she stopped listening to it because it was so close to the bone for her that she needed to take a break to think about everything it was saying to then come back to it, right? That's how powerful this is. The Art of Happiness. If there is an art to being happy, wouldn't it be good to study that and understand it? Rich Dad, Poor Dad. If you're a parent, wouldn't you rather be a rich dad than a poor dad? The consistency chain, consistency, the 80-80 marriage, right? We work on ourselves and our relationship as much as we work on our business. Okay, that's a big one that made a big difference for me. Consistency again. Anything social media would be Lauren. The Compound Effect is about consistency. Elevating childcare. Again, we're working on our relationship with Rocket. Before and Laughter, right? Jimmy Carr. You might think that that's a comedy book. It's not. It's personal development at the highest level. It's amazing. Reflections, Holly Willoughby. Again, it's not about celebrity. It's about personal growth. Recruiting, The High Five Habit, Go Pro, Everything is Figure Outable. Secrets to Six-Figure Women, Summer of Just Effing Do It, Network Marketing Secrets, Think Like a Monk, Tribal Leadership, Social Media, Million Followers, Building a Brand, Max Out Your Life, The Game of Conquering, The Untethered Soul, about the voice in your head that I talk about a lot. $1 Million Habits, Eat That Frog is about procrastination. The Power of Now is about living in the moment, not being affected by the past and not worrying about the future. The Magic of Thinking Big is a classic. The Answer by Barbara and Alan Pease, talking about, I'm not even going to go into this, right? Think and Grow Rich, a classic. Mindset, habits, take control of your life. Mel Robbins. If you're not studying Mel Robbins, I think you're just out the game a little bit when it comes to network marketing. 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Can't you tell just by the titles? They're talking about consistency. They're talking about habits. They're talking about network marketing. They're talking about mindset. Don't you think if you went away and studied all this stuff, you'd be better positioned to be successful in Herbalife? Possibility, The Ultimate Jim Rohn Library, Go for No, Building an Empire, 5-Second Rule, The Power, She Means Business, The Power of Positive Thinking, A Purpose-Driven Life. Team, I'm telling you, right? I struggle sometimes with the what's the word? I struggle with words sometimes. I struggle with the credit I get for the things I say and share because 99.9% of the time they're not mine. They're stuff I've read in books and then I choose to pay it forward. What I do take credit for is the time I put into studying those books, studying those subjects, studying those authors. And the credit I take is for then choosing to pay it forward. If you show me your library, we can guess your future. If you don't have an Audible account, it's probably the single best investment you can make in yourself. So just to finish, gang, this game of Herbalife and this game of life is won and lost in the 6 inches between our ears. What's in here? In the Wealth Marathon, we explain to people exactly what you need to do to be consistent, to be successful in Herbalife, right? 2 reasons people fail. They don't know what to do. stroke they're doing the wrong things. And when they do know what to do, they're not consistent doing it. Very simple to understand that. It's not always easy to put it into practice because of this. Our brain, our thoughts, our consciousness, our lack of belief, our lack of self-worth, fear, and so much more. If you want to win the game of Herbalife, you have to win in here first. That's what all of those books do.